ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैः स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै श्लोक नंबर 28 चैप्टर। अथ अष्टमोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच परस्तस्मात्तु भावोऽन्यो व्यक्तो व्यक्तात् सनातनः यस्य सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यति। अव्यक्तोऽक्षर इत्युक्तः तमाहुः परमां गतिम् यं प्राप्य न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम। पुरुषः स परः पार्थ भक्त्या लभ्यस्त्वनन्यया यस्यान्तस्थानि भूतानि येन सर्वमिदं ततम्। So Bhagavan started talking about Paramatma who is attained by all sadhanas finally. Final sadhana is Jnanam, and that Jnanam is attained by the meditator in Brahmaloka. So person does Upasana, meditation here in this world, goes to Brahmaloka, and there he attains Jnanam, and there he attains Paramatma. And that Paramatma is Avyaktaha, unmanifest. And incidentally we noted that there are two Avyaktas. One is a Maya, which is unmanifest state of the world. Now we are seeing the world which is manifest, available for perception. This world at the time of Pralaya, it is dissolved into the state called Avyakta, which is otherwise called Maya. So that is Avyakta number 1, which is in the form of unmanifest state of the world. And second Avyakta is the truth of even that Maya, which also is not available for perception, objectification. It is present everywhere but not available as a sense object. That is called Avyakta number 2, which is Paramavyakta. And that is Paramatma. What is that? In everything there is existence. that existence is Paramatma, which is not available for sense perception. Therefore, it is called Abhyakta. That Sat Swarupa Paramatma is called Parama Abhyakta. And that Paramatma, how is it attainable? He said, Saha Paraha Purushaha. In 22nd shloka it is said that Parama Purusha, Purusha here is in the sense of Atma, that Parama Atma is Labhyaha, is attainable through what? Ananyaya Bhaktya, by undivided devotion. Let us understand the word Purusha. The word Purusha is explained in two ways in Shastra. One is Puri Shete iti Purusha. Our body is compared to a city. In Bhavagad Gita we have seen the 5th chapter, Navadvare Pure Dehi. Our body is like a city having 9 gates, 2 eyes, 2 ears, then 1 mouth, 2 nostril, and 2 apertures down below for excretion, liquid and solid excretion for the waste disposal, 2 down below. So 9 gates are there. So our body is compared to a city with 9 gates. And in this body, this Atma is available as Aham, as I. And therefore, this Atma is called Purusha. One who is available in the city of the body is called Purusha. So in every body, Atma is present. Therefore, Atma is called Purusha. So this is the true meaning of this Aham, I. So what really I is? This is Purusha, which is called Purusha, which is existence consciousness. So existence consciousness present in every body is Purusha. This is one meaning of Purusha. Another meaning of Purusha is Purayati Sarvan iti Purushaha, that which pervades everything, being the truth of everything, that is Purusha. That is the true meaning of the word Tat Ishvara. So second definition is conveying the Tat Pada Lakshartha, the implied meaning of the word Tat in the Mahavakya. Means what really Ishvara is. That also is called Purusha. So what really Jiva is called Purusha. What really Ishvara is also called Purusha. Only different interpretations. That is why Pujya Swamiji used to say, we have a great sentence. What? Purushaha, Purushaha. Means what? This Jiva in his true nature, which is called Purusha, is one with Ishvara in his true nature. Purushaha, Purushaha. So this Purusha which is there behind the Jiva and Ishvara is Paraha, is the highest, the limitless. So Paraha Purushaha means the highest limitless Atma. It is Labhyaha, is attainable. How? Bhaktya, through devotion. And when we hear the word devotion, immediately what comes to our mind? Going to the temple, doing Nama Sankirtanam, Hare Rama, or doing some puja. That alone comes to our mind when we hear the word devotion. We don't deny that. Going to the temple also is devotion. Doing puja also is devotion. Chanting the names of Bhagavan also is devotion. All of them are devotion. But that alone is not devotion. It is something like South Indian thing, rice alone is annam. Rice alone is food. They don't consider the roti also can be called food. So similarly, some people think bhakti means going to the temple, doing this worship of the Lord in puja room, doing Sankirtanam, that alone is bhakti. That is a limited meaning of the word bhakti. Like somebody says rice alone is food, then it is a limited meaning, limited interpretation of the word food. So similarly, bhakti includes all this. puja, sankirtanam, going to the temple, but bhakti is much more than that. And what is that? Final bhakti is called Jnana Lakshana Bhakti. There are three types of bhakti. One is Karma Yoga Lakshana Bhakti, bhakti in the form of doing the seva of this universe, seeing it as the manifestation of Ishvara. That also is called bhakti. So if somebody is doing social service with this attitude, he is also bhakta. We should not think, no, Swamiji, he doesn't go to the temple, therefore he is not bhakta. For being bhakta, it is not essential that one has to go to the temple. Those who are going to the temple may not be really devotee. So, and those who are not going may not be non-devotee. So, devotion means what? Being connected to Ishvara. Very beautiful definition Pujya Swamiji used to give. Bhakti is relating to Ishvara. Bhagavata sambandha bhakti. Being connected to Bhagavan is bhakti. And in whatever way you connect, if person is doing seva to the people, seeing them as Ishvara, then that also is bhakti. And somebody is going to the temple and doing seva there, doing puja there, that also is bhakti. And studying the Shastra to understand Ishvara, to become one with Ishvara through knowledge, that also is bhakti. So now what we are doing is what? Bhakti. Earlier also I have told this. When you went to the temple, you were a bhakta. Now also, you are bhakta only. Don't think that when we go to the temple, we are bhakta. Now we are only Vedanti. Vedanti also is a bhakta. So don't create that division. That some people are sitting that they are bhakta and we are not bhakta. Not like that. So bhakti includes this Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga is a bhakti. Upasana Yoga, puja, etc. is a bhakti. And Jnana Yoga also is a bhakti. And in other bhakti, in Karma Yoga and Upasana, there is some division between me and Ishvara. I consider myself to be servant and Ishvara to be Swami, the master. In Upasana also, I am Upasaka, meditator, and Ishvara is the object of meditation. Some division. Whereas in Jnana Lakshana Bhakti, there is no division whatsoever. I am understanding Ishvara as myself. Therefore, this bhakti is called Ananya Bhakti. Ananya means undivided devotion. Pursuit of knowledge where I and Ishvara are not remaining different. That is called Ananya Bhakti. And Ananya Bhakti has got another meaning also. Another idea to be conveyed. That in this bhakti, no other material goal is kept in view. Most of the devotees worship Bhagavan for getting something in the world. My son is not getting married. So, son's marriage is what? Goal. And for that, Bhagavan is the means. So, Bhagavan is the means. My son's marriage or daughter's marriage is what? The goal. For whom goal is to be attained? For me. I am the what is called seeker. Son's marriage, daughter's marriage is the sadhyam, the goal, and Bhagavan is what? Sadhanam, the means. This type of bhakti is called divided devotion. The devotion where my attention, my main focus is not on Bhagavan. Bhagavan is used only as the means. Whereas the end is what? My son's marriage, daughter's marriage, by which I will be benefited. So that bhakti is not Ananya Bhakti. It is the bhakti with divided attention. Whereas in this bhakti, which we are talking about, Jnana Lakshana Bhakti, I and Ishvara are understood to be one and no material benefit is kept in view. I attend this class to become one with Ishvara in my understanding. Not that if I attend the class, Swamiji, what will happen? Will my son get married? Will my daughter get married? Will my promotion will be through? Will it be through? We don't promise that. The Jnana Yoga is not for such benefit. Jnana Yoga is only for becoming, understanding oneself to be identical with Ishvara. So therefore this bhakti is called Ananya Bhakti, where no other benefit is kept in view. Only Ishvara is kept in view. And Ishvara is to be understood as non-separate from oneself. By that bhakti, Purushaha Labhyaha. By this Jnana Lakshana Bhakti or Jnana Yoga Lakshana Bhakti, Ishvara is attainable. Who is that Paramatma? Yasya Antasthani Bhutani. Paramatma is that in whom all things and beings are situated, located, placed. Like all the waves are there in water. Similarly, all things and beings, living beings and non-living beings, all of them are located based on Paramatma, who is Satchidananda. So all are situated in what? Satchidananda Paramatma. Like all waves are in water, similarly all things and beings are in Paramatma. So Paramatma is not limited by anything, everything is in Paramatma. Yena sarvam idam tatam. Everything is pervaded by this Paramatma, who is of the nature of consciousness, existence consciousness. Everything is established because of consciousness. Without consciousness, nothing can be established. That consciousness is Paramatma. Therefore, everything is in Paramatma. Everything is pervaded by Paramatma. That Paramatma is attained by Jnana Lakshana Bhakti. For Jnana Lakshana, for the Bhakti in the form of Jnanam, one has to prepare by Karma Yoga and Upasana. But final step is Jnanam, by that person attains. Whether person attains here in this world or he attains in Brahmaloka, that is choice. Somebody can attain knowledge in Coimbatore, somebody can say, no, I will go to Himalayas and there I will attain. Knowledge will be the same. In knowledge there is no difference. Place there can be difference. Students may be different, teacher may be different, but the content of knowledge is the same. And by that alone, Paramatma is attainable as oneself. So with this, the description of Paramatma is completed. Now from the next shloka, Bhagavan is going to talk about the paths leading to Brahmaloka. That how this Upasaka reaches Brahmaloka. And to glorify this path leading to Brahmaloka, some contrast is given. There is other path which is leading to only some higher loka, not Brahmaloka. So two paths are going to be presented from the next shloka. One is called Shukla Gati. Shukla means bright path. Other is Krishna Gati, dark path. Shukla Gati, Krishna Gati are going to be talked about from the next shloka. Yatra kale tvanavrittim avrittin chaiva yoginah prayata yanti tam kalam vakshyami bharatarshava. So Bhagavan says, hey Bharatarshava, hey Arjuna, vakshyami, I will talk to you. Tam kalam, that path. Here kalam represents the path presided over by the devatas, who also preside over time. It's a very technical presentation. So here let us understand what is the topic. If a person has done meditation on Ishvara throughout his life, then at the end of his life, he will be withdrawing the prana from the body and he will be passing through the Brahmarandra and then takes up and he will be going to Brahmaloka. So first is Sukshma Sharira will be going to Surya, and then from there the path starts. And that path to Brahma Loka is called Shukla Gati. Then there is other path where a person lives from the body and goes to higher loka. For that also there is a path. And both the paths will be presided over by the devatas. Like when particular the palace is there, the path to the palace will be presided over by different security people. So similarly, this path to Brahma Loka is presided over, guided by these devatas. And those devatas are presiding over that path and also presiding over a certain period of time. Therefore, that path is known by this period of time. And therefore, it is called Kalam. So here Kalam stands for the path. So Bhagavan says, I will talk to you about that Kalam, means that path. Yatra Kale, departing by which path, Anavrittim Prayata Yanti, the departed soul attain non-return. So there are two paths. One is the path of non-return, another is called path of return. Path of return means what? Having gone to the destination, person will come back. Path to non-return means having gone there, person will attain Jnanam there and will not come back. And the path to non-return is called Shukla Gatihi. So Bhagavan says, Tam Kalam Vakshyami. I will talk to you about that path, departing by which, Yatra Kale, departing by which, Anavrittim Prayata Yanti. The Prayata means the traveler, the meditator attains Anavrittim, non-return. So I will talk to you about that path, having travelled by which person will not return. Person will have non-return, means person will remain there in Brahmaloka, gets Jnanam and becomes one with Paramatma. So one is the path of non-return. Other is what? Avruti. Avrittim cha eva yogina. Yogina means the sadhakas. So sadhakas having attained, travelled by another path, they will avrittim yanti. They will attain avruti. Avruti means return. So they will go to that destination from which they will return. So Bhagavan says, I will talk to you about both the paths. The path of non-return and the path of return. And all these are purely based on Shastra. If you ask me, Swamiji, what is the proof? Did anybody come and showed you the picture? There is a very nice path and all the devatas are sitting there and I shook hand with him and all this. We don't have any picture. Or Swamiji, anybody, do you know that he went there and came back and told you? That also we don't have. So this is purely based on the description given in Shruti, Chandogya Brihadaranyaka. They give the description. Based on that, we talk about Bhagavan. Himself is the what is called manifester of Vedas. So what he has told in Vedas, he is talking it here. For that, there is no what is called scientific proof. So the people who want scientific proof in this subject matter, even for that matter, any subject matter revealed by Vedanta or Vedas, they will be frustrated. Because people have obsession that Vedas are scientific and therefore they will say, Swamiji, what description you are giving, what is the proof? Do we have any trace? Like an aeroplane, no, some trace will be there. When it is traveling, the white you see smoke. So you see, plane has gone by this. Like that, do we have any trace? That person left and then some white smoke was left behind. So we know, person went. We don't have. Simple reason is, The travel is of Sukshma Sharira, subtle body. And what is the definition of subtle body? Subtle body is that which cannot be perceived by any organs. So inbuilt, this inability is there. It cannot be seen. And therefore, this is purely based on the Shastra. And one thing is that this is described in the topic of Upasana. So Swamiji, I don't believe in those. How can I do sadhana? You don't have to do this. We are talking about our Vedanta is mainly focusing on moksha here and now. As I told you, we believe in cash transactions. So, cash, no check, no promissory note. So we are talking about that. But this also is a path. This also is one way of becoming one with Paramatma. Really, it is not an alternative, but it is what is called the path with some stages. Therefore, we call it Krama Mukti. So that topic is introduced by Bhagavan in this shloka, and now he gives the details. As I said, there are two paths. One is Shukla Gati, other is called Krishna Gati. So Shukla Gati means the path, the bright path leading to Brahma Loka. Krishna Gati, the dark path leading to some lokas which are higher than the Bhuloka, our loka, but lower than the Brahma Loka, and from which they come back. So first Shukla Gati is talked about in the 24th shloka. Agnir Jyotirah Shuklaha Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahma Vido Janaha. So here Bhagavan gives the description of that path. Prayataha, the people who are the departing by what? The path. What type of path? Yatra, where Agni is the Devata. The path which is presided over by the Devata called Agni Devata. Fire. Then Jyotihi, flame Devatas. You may find somebody, what is Agni Devata, Jyoti Devata? That is the name. So one is Agni Dev, one who is presiding over the Agni in general. Other is the Devata related to this flame, Jyoti. Then other Devata is called Ahaha Devata. Ahaha means daytime Devata. Devata which is presiding over daytime is called Ahar Devata. Ahar Devata, the Devata which is presiding over the 12 hours daytime. Then Shuklaha. Shukla means bright fortnight. So Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha. So the Devata which is presiding over the bright fortnight, they are called Shukla. Shanmasaha, 6 months Uttarayanam. 6 months of the year where the sun is traveling in the northern direction. When the sun is taking the northern course, that is called Uttarayanam. Uttarayanam, now what is going on is Uttarayanam. So 6 months Uttarayanam. So Devatas who is presiding over this Uttarayanam, they are also presiding over the path. So we have to understand this interesting thing is the Devatas who are presiding over that path, they have double duty. They are presiding over that path also, they are presiding over the 6 month period also. Like sometimes in some earlier issue happen, that person is a minister also and working for the party also. So both are there. So this person is doing both. He is presiding over the path and also presiding over the period. And most of them are connected to the time. Ahaha, Shuklaha, Shanmasa. Therefore, the path is also known by the word Kala. Even though Agni and Jyoti Devatas are there, but by majority, there is a presence of the Kala Devata. Therefore, this path is called Kala. And so by that, the path which is presided over by these Devatas, Tatra Prayataha Gachanti. by that path, these people go. Prayata means having departed, gachanti, they travel. Who are they? Brahma Vido Janaha. They are the meditators on Brahma. And what do they attain? Brahma Gachanti. They attain Saguna Brahma first and they attain Nirguna Brahma later. So the Brahma Vido Janaha means the meditators on Saguna Brahma, those who are meditating on Hiranyagarbha Virat, they attain this Saguna Brahma and then later Nirguna Brahma. How? By traveling through the path which is presided over by these devatas. So by bright path, they reach Brahma Loka, they attain Brahma Jnanam, they attain Moksha. So here Brahma Vido Janaha refers to meditators. Now the another path is presented. Dhumo Ratristatha Krishnaha Shanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi Yogi Prapya Nivartate. So yogi here refers to the person who is doing karma. Yogi, the seeker who is doing various rituals. And they attain, prapya, having attained Chandramasam Jyotihi. Literally Chandramasam Jyoti means moonlight. And moonlight is representative of Swarga Loka. It's a symbolic language. So this yogi, this ritualist, having attained this heavenly abode, Nivartante, they come back. So they attain heaven and they enjoy there for some time based on what? Punya currency. So as long as Punya currency is there, they will enjoy and then Nivartante, they come back. Like you go for holidays, Mahabaleshwar, Uti, Kodaikanal, and then come back. Shide Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. So when Punyam is over, you come back. And how do they go there? Heavenly abode, that is said here. Tatra, by that path. And what is the path? The path which is presided over by these devatas. What is the name of the devatas? Dhumaha. Dhuma means the smoke. The devata who is presiding over the smoke principle, or the devata whose name is smoke, Dhuma. So don't think he is smoking or something. That type of imagination we should not do. The Dhuma means the smoking devata. The devata itself is smoke. Our mind, we are smoking, so we impose devata also. So Dhumaha. Then Ratrihi, the devatas who is presiding over night. We have got like how watchmen do, both are there, no? Daytime or night. Similarly, we have got devata for daytime, we are devata for night also. It's a very nice thing. Our Bhagwan is all the time awake in the form of devatas. So we can relax and sleep. Otherwise we will be worried. So whenever you are worried, you say Bhagwan is awake. Ratri Devata, I surrender my whatever responsibility, worries, etc. You please take care, I sleep. It's a nice thing that Bhagwan is all the time available, awake in the form of Devata. So Ratri. Tatha, similarly, Krishna Paksha, dark fortnight. For that also Devata is there. So Devata presiding over the dark fortnight, they are called Krishna. And Shanmasa Dakshinayanam, the Devatas presiding over 6 months where the sun travels in the southern course. So that also is Devatas. So all the Devatas are there who are presiding over the Krishna Gati, dark path, and through which the Karmi, the ritualist, will go to the higher Loka and come back. Based on these two shlokas, many people have got some wrong concept that if a person dies in Uttarayana, in the bright fortnight, Shukla Paksha, and daytime, then he will get higher gati. In if a person, wrong concept I am telling, not right concept. Don't carry this idea with you. This is a wrong concept, but wrong concept also I have to explain. And the people who die in the Dakshinayana, and also they die in the Krishna Paksha and night, they will go to higher loka, but they will come back. So if you want higher destination, what should you do? You should leave your body only in Uttarayana, only in the Shukla Paksha, only daytime. Otherwise what? If a person dies in this Dakshinayana, Krishna Paksha or night, then person will not attain higher loka, highest loka. Higher lokas, but not highest. So this type of wrong thinking has come into existence because of this description, not understanding the spirit of this shlokas. And also they give the example of Bhishma Pitamaha. They say Bhishma Pitamaha really fell down on the arrow's bed in the Dakshinayana. But he waited for Uttarayana to die. Because he had particular power called Ichha Mrityu, means death at will. That is called Ichha Mrityu. So he waited for so many months because the Dakshinayana was going on. He wanted to die in this Shukla Paksha. Uttarayana. And therefore people think that if a person dies in Uttarayana, then he will get Brahmaloka. If he dies in Dakshina, he will not get Brahmaloka, higher loka. This type of thinking has come based on the description here. For that, our answer is, this is not true. This is very easy path. If simply by dying in this Uttarayana, in this Shukla Paksha and daytime, person goes to Brahma Loka, then what is the use of doing Upasana? Just by doing that you go to Brahma Loka, then a person is supposed to do Upasana for hours together, months together, years together. What is the use? That person goes to Brahma Loka and you go to Brahma Loka by simply leaving your body in Uttarayana. So therefore, that type of understanding is not correct. And Bhagavan himself is going to tell that this Shukla, Krishna, etc. are referring to the paths, not referring to the period. Dakshina, Uttarayana are not really referring to the period. They are referring to the path which are presided over by the Devatas who preside over 6 months. So it represents the path and not the time. Otherwise, if you accept this wrong view, what will happen, Person will die either in Dakshinayana or Uttarayana. So what will happen? If a person dies in Uttarayana without doing any sadhana, he will go to Brahma Loka. And if he dies in Dakshinayana, then he will go to Swarga. It's a very good thing. Either you go to Brahma Loka highest or you go to Swarga Loka without doing anything. Only thing you did was you left the body either in Uttarayana or Dakshinayana. And either of the two will be there. So it is like a minimum consolation prize itself is very big. You go to heaven without doing any sadhana, just by doing this, that leaving the body in either of the ayana. Therefore it is not correct. And moreover, there will be further confusion. What confusion? Somebody dies in Uttarayana but in Krishna Paksha. So according to this belief, person he has to die in Shukla Paksha. Now Bhagavan also will be confused. Why? Because this person died in Uttarayana, therefore he deserves Brahma Loka. But he died in Krishna Paksha of Uttarayana. So where will Bhagavan send him? Confusion will happen. And therefore, we should not take this Shukla, Shanmasa, Uttarayanam in terms of time of death. It is referring to only the path which is presided over by Devatas. Then people will say that, but then why this Bhishma Pitamaha waited? Or if this was not significant, why did he wait for Uttarayana? One thing is, he wanted to show the Yoga Mahima. He wanted to show the glory of following the father's wish. You know that the story is that Bhishma Pitamaha decided to remain brahmachari, unmarried, to make his father married. So father liked some girl, and that girl's father put a condition that I will give my daughter only if you take a vow that you will not be the future king. Then he said, okay, I will not become the future king. But father was very smart. He said, you don't claim, but your children may claim. So he said, okay, I will not get married at all. So no question of children. So he did such a big sacrifice, therefore he got the name Bhishma. And when his Bhishma Pitama's father came to know, his name was Devavrata. So when he came to know, that time father said, you have done a big sacrifice for me, so I am granting you boon that you will die when you wish to die. To show the Pitru Paripalana, Pitru Hita Paripalanam, following the well-being of the father, what glory is that? That is shown by this story. That is what is to be shown by Bhishma Pitama. Therefore he did. And also he wanted to be sure that the after the war situation is stabilized, because he had given promise to his father, I will see to it that Hastinapura kingdom is taken care of. And therefore he delayed his death. Not that Uttarayanam alone will get him this moksha. That is not the case. So our human mind has this tendency. We always want easiest path for highest destination. That is why we have got some dwara, no? Vaikuntha dwara is there, some temple. So you pass through that, you will go to Vaikuntha. We want that type of moksha. We have to just pass through that. In fact, in some other temple also is there some lizard or something is there. So if you touch or something, then you get some higher lucky, you will get good fortune. So we want that type of easy path. And therefore this type of belief is thriving. But we should know it doesn't have the truth in it. For getting moksha, getting this Brahmaloka, you have to do upasana. For getting the Swargaloka, you have to do the rituals, you have to do seva, you have to do karma. So there is no shortcut. Don't work for shortcut. Yeah, so that is the thing to be clarified in these two shlokas. More we'll see the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti